Hey, welcome back to my channel. Oop, come on. Okay, welcome back to my channel. I am continuing on with my stories about domestic violence. And first of all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Regina. I live in Las Vegas. I do vlogs of my daily life and things that's going on in the city, reviews of restaurants, etc., etc. But these videos in specific is about domestic violence and the experience that I went through to handle the men that say they love me. Different relationships, but had this experience. So I wanted to, shine a light on it. With everything that's going on in the world, I wanted to put it out there that, any woman who is experiencing domestic violence, that you are not alone. And a lot of women goes through this. A lot of women deal with it, and I am one of them. I am no exception. So, with that being said, if you want to hear this story that happened with my ex-boyfriend, Edward Pitts, please stick around. First, hit the like button, hit the share and subscribe button. We're going to get right into it. Let's go. Okay, so this day was was it our final fight? This May, if I recall correctly, this May was our final fight we ever had before. It was just completely... Well, it still went on after this because of what happened, but I didn't fight him anymore. But it was the end of it because we got to the point of no return when we got to this fight here. So this is what happened. So it was his birthday. I went all out, completely all out for his birthday. I had already booked prior taking him to Prim. I had him spend the night. I woke him up early in the morning, like 3, 4-ish or something like that. Drove him out to Prim, Nevada. And so we went skydiving. It's on my old channel, Regina's World. If you looked up Regina's World, you will see us skydiving on that channel. So that day, we went skydiving. And then as we drove back. And as we driving back, it's because it's really early, because we went skydiving like 5, 6 in the morning or something. We was back at the house by 7 a.m. right? So it was hella early and we were sleepy. Later on that day, I already had the second part of his birthday planned, which was a romantic picnic. It's something that they do here in Vegas. I kind of found it on Instagram. It's a private picnic that they put in the park for you, and they make it look so beautiful with seats and pillows and prosecco and food and crackers and snacks. They make it look so beautiful for you, and all you just do is show up. But it's like $250, maybe $300, and it goes higher the more people there's going to be at the picnic. So that was later on in the day. So when we got back to the house, literally when we got back to the house, again, it was 7 in the morning. So I'm like, you know what? It's really early. I'm finna go back to sleep. So I don't know when he even went through my phone. I have no idea. From the time we went to sleep, I have completely no idea. I'm laying on the couch. I'm like, what? And he like, who the F is... I don't even remember who he was talking about anymore. But I was like, boy, it is 7 o'clock in the morning and my children are asleep. And I am tired. We just came from Prim and you already ready to fight. I said, I'm going to bed. And I walked away from him. And as I'm walking down my hall, I'm going to my room, because it was Keyshawn's room, my other son's Trey room, and then my room at the end of the hallway. And as I'm walking down, I guess he snapped, is she walking away from me? And he attacked me in the hallway. So me and him is fighting in the hallway. It woke my children up clearly, but they didn't come out of the room. But it woke them up. And it made me so mad, because I'm like, you have no respect for me. but you clearly do not have any respect for my sons. Like, you do not give a damn that they are here. And what he used to say in his mind was like, you the boss, you make the rules, this is real world, they need to, deal with it, or something like that, like something crazy. And I'm like, no, they don't have to deal with it. You're not their father. And if that's not something that I want them to be, privy to, that mama having to fight every day by a man, no, I'm not going to just accept that because you say so. Like, if that's how you want to raise your kids, you can do whatever you want to, but that's not how I want to raise mine. So I went from there. I'm so mad because I'm like, I'm doing all this for you for your birthday, and you just don't give a fuck. Like, you just finding a way to ruin it no matter what. So I'm like, I need to go, because at this point I couldn't calm myself down, because there was so many reasons why I'm upset. I done spent all of this money for you for your birthday. I done just took you to Prim, so you was skydive. You found a reason to be upset out of nowhere. You wanted to fight in front of my kids and woke them up early morning because you want to fight about absolutely nothing. Yeah, I'm pissed. So I leave the house and I'm driving around the neighborhood, and I text my oldest son. I said, because I couldn't calm myself down. At this point, I had got to the point of like, I just had enough. Like, there was no coming back anymore. I had enough. So I had texted my son. I said, when I tell you to wake up Trey, and I want you to leave the apartment. I'm gonna pick you up, and I'm gonna take you guys to the park, and I'm gonna leave you guys at the park for a little bit because there's something I need to do. So when I got there, I told my sons, I said, come outside. And his goofy ass coming outside like, babe, I got them dressed. I got, I helped them get dressed. Like what he just did. I was like, So I got in the car. I said, I'm finna drop you guys off at the park. I need you guys to just do me a favor and stay at the park until I'm able to come get you. Or until I take you guys to leave. The park wasn't too far from the house, so they end up literally walking back from the park anyway. I said, but I'm like, at this very moment, I need you guys away from the house because you don't need to be anywhere near what is about to happen. So I dropped them off at the park, went back to the house, and I was like, you want to fight so bad. You just want to fight. So let's fight. I closed the blinds, and one thing he don't like all the stuff that he used to do. Like, all the stuff that he used to do, I swear to God, all the stuff he used to do. What he did like is people knowing he did it. Like, that was the craziest thing to me. Like, he didn't like to be embarrassed. So he can whoop your ass behind closed doors, but he don't want anybody to know that he whooped your ass. So he will literally stop if you open the door and let somebody else see what he's doing. He didn't want any of that. He don't want any of that. So, yeah, it was crazy. So this day, I said, no, I'm finna give you exactly what you want. You want to fight so bad? You want to do this so bad? Then all right. So I closed the blinds, locked the door. I said, well, let's fight. And baby, did we? We fought so hard. I couldn't tell you who won or lost, but we fought so hard that day. Like we was niggas on the street. I'm fighting my dude like a nigga on the street. No bullshit. And we fought from the living room to the bedroom, back to the kitchen. I mean, we fought, honey. So we fought so bad that I got tired of, I was at this point, I've never been so mad in my life. Like, I was so mad to the point of I was enraged. I was so enraged. Like, I could not be upset. Like, I was furious. I think now I get when people say snaps. at this very moment, I snapped. I never been this upset in my lifetime. So I grabbed the biggest knife in my kitchen and I just chased him back down the hallway. He took off running down the hallway, tried to hop past and tried to like hop over my bed. Things took a turn. From there, I'm going to let you guys use your imagination of what happens after this. But something bad happens after this. Fast forward, one of us ends up in the hospital behind what happened in my apartment. And the other was if upon a mission from the other party, one of the parties would have went to jail before attempted murder. But maybe not, because it was self-defense. But if upon the mission, they was trying to lock the other party up. If you're following the story in the sequence of who did what, you can put this together. But yes, one party was being hunted by the police. The other party was in hospital. So I couldn't. Well, the other party, one of the parties couldn't go to the house because that party had to go home real quick and get rid of handle some things at the house. Had to handle some things in the house. The police was looking for that party. It was a mess. I told my friend Brandy, look, my kids might have to go to her house for a little bit. They end up walking home. I remember the police didn't say anything to them. They went in the house. I texted them. I was like, don't say a word to nothing, because you don't know nothing. You have no idea what's going on. Y'all was just at the park. That's it. It was a whole mess. But after that, the other party recovered. They reconciled for a little bit because of like making sure the other party was okay. Reconciled, but it wasn't technically over even after they reconciled, because the other party was on a vengeance thing at this man. Now it was all about vengeance. What you did to me, I'm gonna make your life a living hell now. Now I'm finna make your life a living hell because of what you did to me. And it didn't get any better after that. You would think it gets better, but it did not get any better. It actually got worse. And it got worse because now the other party was like using it as a weapon. Like, if you leave me now, I have this to ruin your life. For sure, I will ruin your life. And it was forced. They was forced to be together because of the situation. The other party just wasn't happy anymore. It just didn't work out anymore. Eventually, it was just the other party was just like, I would rather rot in prison than live in prison with you anymore. I would tell on myself before I have to live like this any longer. I refuse to live like this any longer. This is clearly living in hell, and I don't want it. So at that very moment, after the other party healed, was back to himself, and another like month or two, it was just hell on earth. They just decided, this is it. This is over. And I don't care. This is over. For so many reasons, this is over. When it gets to the point of this, there's no going back anymore. Like, there's no going back. Because one of us is going to die. If we keep going the way we're going, one of us is going to end the other. And that's it. That's it. And that's all. One of us is going to end the other. And it's inevitable. It's going to happen because it's too volatile. Like, it is so volatile to the point where we are doing this to each other. It's over. So, yeah, that was the worst thing that can ever happen. It was the most terrifying time of my life. It was just bad all the way around. And I would not want any woman to have to endure what I endured during that time. Like, that was the worst. Like, that was the worst. And being forced after that to still stay because they still want some kind of control over you, even though they're still taking you through everything that you can imagine. So, no, it is just, get out, ladies. It's not worth it. It's just not worth your peace of mind. It is just not worth it to stay with a man who is just so, they're clearly bad for you. Like, clearly they're bad for you. What are you staying for? What was I staying for? Well, honestly, I was still in there because I just felt like I couldn't leave. Like, he just wouldn't move on. I felt trapped in a relationship that I didn't even want to be in from the start. From the moment I got in the relationship, I didn't feel like I wanted to be in it. I didn't want to be in it when I got in it. I was fresh out of a marriage. Felt trapped in a relationship I didn't even want to be in. But ladies, if you don't have somebody that like I had, who I had to literally move away and hide in my car, and I had to do a lot of things to get my peace and sanity. If you don't have a man like that, because I literally thought he was going to kill me at some point. Like, I really did. So, if you have the capability of just getting away, get away, ladies. Just get away. Save yourself the pain, the grief. Just get away. That was one of the last fights. The story was worse if I could say a lot of things that I wanted to say. But I think y'all understood what I was trying to say. I just didn't want to incriminate myself or I didn't want to do that. But this was a true story of what happened. And that was that. So, but ladies, get out of it. Just get out. Save yourself the pain. But I'm going to end it here. And I'm going to make another video in a couple of days or whatever about another incident that we had. This wasn't a physical fight. So this was, it's a mental, emotional, like he did a lot of things. And this was about, the next my story, this wasn't about a fight. This was literally about how he ruined my car in the middle of the night. So I was living in a real life domestic violence, stalker, abusive situation for several years. And stuff just kept happening. It was a mess. But like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next story time of what happened when I had to fight my ex-boyfriend. Like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace.